Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you'd be fine. This is Cambridge Lower Secondary Book 8, and today we are going to start with exercise 14.5. We have completed up to 14.4. And now it's time to learn about rotating shapes, how to rotate a shape on a coordinate grid and describe this rotation. This is all we are going to learn in this video, inshallah. So basically, when you carry out a rotation or describe a rotation, you need three pieces of information. That is the angle of rotation, okay, 90-degree angle, or 180-degree angle, 270-degree angle, like that. And then the direction of the rotation, it would be either clockwise or anti-clockwise. And then the third thing that is very important is the coordinates of the center of rotation. These are the three very important things that we have to consider while rotating the shapes. So let's start from the first question. Here it says copy each diagram and rotate the shape using the given information. Okay. So the first one is 90-degree clockwise. Clockwise is this rotation. This is clockwise, and when it says anti-clockwise, so we have to rotate in this direction. Okay. Now the second very important thing is, the first thing is to start by tracing the shape, and then we have to put the point of our pencil on the center of rotation. So the center is given as 2, 1. 2, 1 is this point. Okay, right? And we have to rotate it in this direction. So what will happen? We have to turn the tracing paper 90 degrees. Since it's 90-degree rotation and 90-degree clockwise rotation. So if we consider this line, 90-degree angle will be formed like this. Okay. Next, what we will do, like this. This would be the exact rotation. Okay. This is how we will rotate it. And when you describe a rotation, you have to give the number of degrees. And when you are provided with the description and you are provided with the information and you have to rotate it, so you will use the angle that is 90 degrees. So we've made a 90-degree angle over here. And then we look at the center, and after that, we will rotate it in the clockwise or in the anti-clockwise direction. The next one is 90-degree anti-clockwise. The center is given as -2, 2, this one. Okay, so this time we have to rotate it like this. Okay, this is how the rotation would look like because this is anti-clockwise. So we will rotate it in the backward position. Okay, you can see that between the corresponding sides, there will be a 90-degree angle. These are the corresponding sides. There is a 90-degree angle. Similarly, these two sides are corresponding. So there is a 90-degree angle. In all three sides, there will be a 90-degree angle, right? See, so there's a 90-degree angle in all the three directions. Now comes part C. In part C, we have to rotate it 180 degrees. 180 degrees means it could be either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Let us first find what is the center. So since the center is -1, -2, and here it is, this one. And we have to rotate it 180 degrees. So let's say this is the line. We are rotating it in 180 degrees. So here it comes. Okay. Then this one comes here. This one comes here. And at the end, we will join the final edges. So this is how it looks like. Okay, this is called the 180-degree rotation. Now the next question. Before moving towards the next question, let us talk about question number 2. How Milish rotates a shape when the center of rotation is not on the shape and he doesn't have tracing paper. So what he is doing, he has to rotate a shape 90 degrees clockwise about the center 1, 2. So what is he doing? He draw a vertical line from the shape to the center of rotation. Okay. And then he rotate the line 90-degree clockwise and draw in the new shape. That's how he rotates it. So that's we will do in question number 3 the same way. Here we are provided with a shape and it's a composite figure. The first one says 90-degree clockwise rotation at the center 2, 2. So where is 2, 2? Here it is. Here is the center. And since we have to rotate it 90-degree clockwise, so what we will do, we will draw a line over here. Okay. After that, we will draw a line here because it's a 90-degree clockwise. So here we will make the 90-degree angle like this. And now how we will rotate it? So it will look like this. This shape will rotate in this position now. So this is the first one. It will rotate like this. This will rotate like this. Okay. This will rotate like this. This will rotate like this. And then we will join it. So here it looks like this shape after rotation. Okay. And then when we have to rotate it 90-degree anti-clockwise, so again we will this point, let's say, okay, where is the center? 1, 1. This is the center. Okay. And this time it is anti-clockwise. We have to move in this direction. So what we will do, we can take this point here and draw it in this way. Now, when we have to draw 90-degree anti-clockwise, so every movement will be in anti-clockwise direction, right? So this part will rotate like this. Okay. This part will rotate like this. Or no, not here. It will rotate here. Okay. And then the parallel sides. And that's all. Like this. Get it? Now the third one is 180-degree center, 1, 0. So where is 1, 0? This is 1, 0. Okay. And since it's 180 degrees, so let's draw a line like this. And here it's like this. Okay. So this time every movement will be 180 degrees. This is 180 degrees rotation. Okay, students, if we talk about this one, so here it's supposed to be anti-clockwise. We have drawn it in clockwise. So it's a 1, comma 1 here. And when we will draw it anti-clockwise 1, comma 1, this is 1, comma 1. So 90-degree anti-clockwise. Sorry, it's 1, comma minus 1, not 1, comma 1. So this time what happens is, students, we are gonna take this point. We will come here and here. This is how the 90-degree angle will be made. So this point will come here, and then here, this point will come like this. So that's how the translation would be. And now the parallel lines. So this is the translation over here when this is the center of rotation. Okay, here the center of rotation is this one, and here the center of rotation is this one, and here it is this one. Okay, so keeping in mind, when the direction is clockwise, it would be a different rotation, and when it's anti-clockwise, it will be a different rotation. Okay, now let's move to the next question. The next question says, this is part of Rohan's classwork, as you can see. The question is, rotate this parallelogram 90-degree clockwise about center 2, comma 3. So where is 2, comma 3? 2, comma 3 is here. Okay. And what has Rohan did? So Rohan is saying, I have used a dotted line to show the image like this. And what is wrong with Rohan's answer? So students, it doesn't matter that what line Rohan has used. Is it a straight line or a dotted line? But the mistake is when we take one of the edge, go this part, and it's 90-degree anti-clockwise. Okay, 90-degree anti-clockwise means this is the direction, okay, in which we have to move. So if we go in this direction from the center 2, comma 3, it's supposed to be starting from here. This is 90-degree anti-clockwise, right? See, the direction is moving in this direction. Now, no, not this, like this. So we will draw it in this direction. Okay. And then when we will draw the lines downwards, it's 2 boxes here, 2 boxes here. This is how it looks like. So this would be the correct rotation, right? Here comes the next question. The diagram shows 7 triangles, and we have to match each rotation with the correct description from A to B. Oh, wait. From A to B, students, you can see that with center, this is the center, 3, 8. So this is the answer. And this is, if we talk about this one, so it's anti-clockwise. See, moves in this direction. When it moves in this direction, this is clockwise. When it moves in the opposite direction, it's anti-clockwise. Okay. And then B to C. We talk about B to C. So B to C, this one. It's in this direction. Okay, this is clockwise. And with center, three, 5. This is 90-degree clockwise, like this. So it's 1. C to D. C to D is 180 degrees because it could be in this direction or it could be in this direction. In both the directions, it's the same, right? So C to D is with center 4, 4. It's 180 degree center. This one, number 5. Then C to E. C to E is again 180 degrees. Okay, and with center 6, 5. The last one is F to G, and here is the center. It is again 180 degrees with center 4, 1. So 180 degrees is easy, but 90 degree and clockwise or anti-clockwise it is a bit trickier. Now the next question. So the next question says the diagram shows triangle R, S, T, U, V, and W on a coordinate grid. You have to describe the rotation that transforms triangle R to triangle S. So triangle R is here and triangle S, this is the center. Okay. And the center is -1, 2. And it's anti-clockwise 90 degrees. See, if we take the corresponding sides, this is 90-degree angle. So it's anti-clockwise 90 degrees. Okay. And center -1, 2. Part B, triangle S to triangle T. So this is the center, and this time from S to T, it is, let's take these corresponding sides. So here, this is clockwise and 90-degree clockwise, okay? And with center, I'll write clockwise CW and anti-clockwise ACW, right? And with the center, -3, 2. From triangle T to triangle U, let's see. This is triangle T. This is triangle U. You can see that it's 180 degree and with center here. Okay. So it will be because it's like this, right? And 180 degree. So it's -1, 1, the center, and 180 degrees. And next we have triangle U to triangle V. So triangle U to V is here. Let's take corresponding sides, this one to this one. Okay, U to V. It's this rotation, right? Here's a 90-degree and it's clockwise. No, actually it's not 90 degrees. It's 180 degrees. Because if we talk about the corresponding sides, let's say this one, there's a straight line out there. So basically this point is the center, right? And this is center 2 comma minus 1. Right? So 180 degrees, center 2 comma minus 1. The next triangle V to triangle W. Let me talk about these corresponding sides. No, it is not 180 degrees. So let's see what rotation is this. This is the rotation 0 comma minus 4. See. Okay. So it is 90-degree anti-clockwise. With the center 0 comma minus. Now the last question. In this question, it says the diagram shows 7 shapes labeled A to G, and here are 7 cards labeled 1 to 7. Each card shows a rotation of one shape to another. For example, card 1 means rotate shape A to shape B. Okay. And you have to put the cards into groups using one property of the rotations. Describe the property of each group. So let's solve this one, students. Like if we talk about group 1, so we can say that in group 1 we will take 90-degree clockwise. So 90-degree clockwise is A to B. Yes, this is 90-degree clockwise. See, right? And if we talk about A to C, so A to C is 180 degrees, right? So the second group would be for 180 degree. And in this group, we will write A to C. Then C to B. C2B is again 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So we'll make the third one 90 degree anti-clockwise. C2B, because it's this movement. Okay, so here we will write C2B. We had three groups, 90 degree clockwise, 90 degree anti-clockwise, 180 degrees. Now B2D. B2D is straight, you can see. So B2D will fall in 90 degree clockwise. Because these are not triangles, these are flags actually. Okay, initially B was like this, and upon rotating it 90 degrees, it looks like this. Okay, so that's why this rotation is 90 degrees clockwise. So part 4 will be here. B2D. And next we have E2B. So E2B is in this direction or in this direction. It's the same. So it's 180 degrees. And then if we talk about number 6, G2A. So G2A is see, this is A and this is G. So it's actually flipped, means 180 degrees. It will also fall in this category, G2A. And the last one is D2F. So D2F is 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Right, students? That's all. Or what else you can do is you can make the groups according to the center of rotation. So we have center of rotation. The first center of rotation would come at 2,3. Okay, so the center of rotation for A to B is, yes, see, for A to B it is 2,3, right? And then for A to C it's also the same. See, right? And then for what else? It is the same. So C to B, C to B. For the first three, the center of rotation is 2,3. We can make groups according to center of rotation as well. And the second group will have the center of rotation at 5,2. This is the center of rotation. And the center of rotation is for B to D, as you can see over here. Okay. And what else? For E to B. So in the second group falls number 4, number 5, and the last one falls for 6,5. This one. This is the center of rotation for G2A and D2F. And that's all. Okay, students. Now, the last question of this exercise, which says, describe the rotation that transforms S to T in each diagram. So in the first one, the rotation is it's 90 degree clockwise in this direction. See, let's take some corresponding points. See, This is 90 degrees. So we can say that it's a 90-degree clockwise with center 3, 3. If we talk about part B, so part B is a rotation of again 90 degrees. Let's take these corresponding points. And the center would be now this one. This is the center. So it's 90-degree, again clockwise with the center minus 2, 2. And then if we talk about the last one, so this is again 90-degree rotation clockwise with the center minus 1, 1. See. Oh, not like that. It's like that. See, this is 90 degrees. Okay. So it's 90-degree clockwise, center minus 1, comma. And that's all, students. We have completed exercise 14.4. Inshallah, we'll do 14.5. We'll do 14.6. So take care and do subscribe to my channel if you are new, and don't forget to share it with your friends. Allah Hafiz.